Salud, mi gente, you boys coming through once again. And on today's video, we're going to talk about another incident that took place in CDCR, this time in CMF. You know, that's like the top dog of prisons, man. This is Vacaville, for those who don't know. If you don't know about Vacaville, you better find out. Because Vacaville is usually where all the inmates who are mentally unstable go to. Well, I'm not going to say all of them, but the majority of them, you know, because sometimes they leave one right here, one over this prison, and stuff like that, you know. But most of them, they go to this prison, and where they get their treatment, and where they get the assistance they might need to make their life behind bars easier. But there's a lot of crazy people right there, right? One thing they say about this institution is when you go in, maybe with dealing with the stress case, that you need some pills just to calm your nerves and stuff like that, you end up coming out with some bangers. Why do I say this? Usually because in Vacaville, it is known that they do experiment with inmates. What I heard behind the walls is that usually they pay like $30, something like that, per month, in order for you to take experiment pill, whatever the case might be, right? And hopefully you do not grow a third nipple. I'm not bullshitting. If you want, you can research that. You can do all of that stuff. It's gonna pop up. But that's something that is like, you know what I mean? And of course, inmate doesn't have nothing in his books. What else he has to lose? He's gonna do life in prison, so might as well just put some 24 sopas with a bag of chips and 3 soda cans. Come on, it's all good, right? It's all good, according to them. But for me, I'm like, nah, I'm cool on that, right? But before we continue with this video, do not forget to hit the like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. For those who've been supporting the channel, I do highly appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Also, don't forget to hit the hype button. You only got three. You can only use it 3 times per week. You know, so you can hype whatever video you want to hype. If you would like to support this video and hype it so it can be pushed out there, I do highly appreciate it. So let's get to this story, to this news, right? Because according to reports, in August 29, 2025, around 12:48 p.m., when inmate Ramirez was ready, you know what I mean, or was having his meeting with this psychiatrist, this individual flipped on this guy, right? So I don't know how it is in this prison. I've never been in this prison, of course, but for what I have witnessed, usually the psych tech goes into the building, pass a list to the tower, and the tower will pop every door. One at a time, right? So they can go and have their conversation, their daily talks with the psych, make sure that everything is all good. I don't have thoughts of harming myself and stuff like that. You know, that kind of weird stuff that people go through, right? I don't know how can you take it to that point, but I guess it is possible. So that's what they do. Usually they have a private conversation in a office. If that's the cop's office, they usually step out, they give them some privacy, they do whatever they have to do, but always alert. Just make sure that nothing happens, right? Because these people could be dangerous, of course. Imagine working in a place like this and having to deal with inmates that are mentally unstable. That's so bad, right? That's so bad, and that's why they get paid good money. So after this guy gets popped up, right, goes into the office to have this private conversation with the psych, right? Confess his feelings, what he's feeling today, what's up with his life and stuff like that, right? This inmate decides to get off on the psych, right? I don't know if the psych didn't give him a higher dose of pills, or I don't know what the case might be, right? Maybe he looked at him weird, but he decided to get off on him. But not only, just regularly with punches, no. This guy made an improvised weapon and start attacking the psych tech. Can you imagine that in an office? For those who don't know, an office is very small. A prison office in those buildings are very small. And having this crazy person getting off on you with the weapon, you can't run nowhere. All you're doing is screaming for help. That's a scary situation. Not even knowing if you're gonna make it. Very scary situation, man. Thankfully, the psych tech is doing okay. We wish nothing but the best to him and his family. I'm pretty sure they're going through it, man. Come on. Not all money is good money. You know what I mean? I mean, if you were to ask me, hell yeah, I'll be a psych tech, but because I'm used to that, I'm used to dealing with inmates and stuff. I'm used to being surrounded by individuals that committed like crazy ass crimes, right? So it's like, whatever. I mean, give me that money, give me that paycheck. But for somebody who'd never been in that lifestyle, who never have done stuff like that, or been around people like that, it could be scary at times. Not everybody. There's some people out there that just don't care. And like, man, just give me a paycheck. Let's do this. Oh, you want to act crazy? I'm gonna show you crazy, right? There's people like that, right? But when it comes to psychs, usually they're more calm down. I mean, they're calm down, more relaxed, and stuff like that. But to be in a situation like that is very scary. Of course, the cops came in, helped the situation, put the inmate away, send the psych tech to another high hospital to be attended, right? Because he suffered some wounds, of course. And that was it, right? That was it. Resume program again. That's usually how it goes. Before they used to go put the place on lockdown, at least 6 weeks. At least 6 weeks, right? For those who remember those days, let me know. It was 6 weeks. It was vicious back in the days. Now they changed. They passed a law that you cannot be on a lockdown longer than 2 weeks unless it's justified. But that's the situation that happened in Vacaville. This individual came into the system in 2019, right, from LA County, and he was charged with the 187 who got convicted and was sentenced to life behind bars. A lifer, not caring for nothing, with, I mean, unstable, mentally unstable. Very dangerous person right there. Very dangerous person. But that is the things that some people have to go through when they work in those institutions. They do pay good money, but at the end of the day, is it worth it? What is your family thinking about this? And I don't know, man. I do not know. Like, dealing with unstable people, like, you can't even trust those people as an inmate. You know what I mean? You never, that's why people just take off on them and send them to a different person, man. Because you never know what they're going to do, how they're going to act. And it's nothing nice to be around those people, man, who are sick. So shout outs to all those people from Vacaville who deal with this type of inmates. Very hard job, but pretty sure, I don't think people are complaining about that, to be honest, right? One thing I do remember is that, and it's crazy when they do get off on free staff like that, you know, or any staff. It is sad. It is sad because people just go in there for their job and stuff like that. Because I do remember a time in Tehachapi, right? Something had to do with the pills and the doctor. And an inmate went through, I mean, from his building, they're supposed to go through a metal detector. 180, any 180 yard has a metal detector. Every building. Made it through the metal detector. Went to the medical because he's supposed to go to medical to talk to the doctor. Once he was in there, he decided to slice the doctor. That's crazy. And it was a female doctor. I remember it was a female doctor. A lot of people were mad because the following day it was resumed program. You know, like, damn, the life of somebody is not worth nothing. We do, as an inmate, you have to understand, or at least that's how inmates see it, is that it's isolated incident. Nobody was involved. That's his own choice, own decision. He did what he did. Isolated incident. But sometimes you have to basically make an example out of a situation. I do understand that 100% now that I'm out. But when I was there, I was like, come on, man, why are you going to put us on lockdown? We didn't have nothing to do with this guy. If you're doing it because you want us to get this guy's already gone. He's not coming back. He's in the hole. He's about to get a transfer, right? But now that I see it as from the outside, it's like, okay, they used to do it to how they used to do it back then, right? They used to do it to make a point, like, look, man, misbehave, this is what's going to happen. Of course, the guy who committed the act, he don't care. Why? Because he's still going to be on a lockdown because he's going to be on the hole. So the ones who have to suffer that is the people on the yard. But, hey, that's how it used to be. But hopefully the psych tech gets better. That's prison for you guys. Very dangerous place, especially in Vacaville when you have a lot of people, I mean, with a lot of issues, right? So with this being said, we are out. To next video. Muchas gracias. Saludos.